When a Middle Eastern country orders one of its diplomats to bomb an opposition rally in Europe, prepares the lethal device, sends him to the EU on a commercial airliner with the bomb in his diplomatic bag, what should the West do? This is not some sort of Hollywood fantasy. This is reality. This really happened. Now, we've just heard the sentence passed by a Belgian court on Assadollah Assadi, the Iranian diplomat, and his 4 Iranian co-conspirators who were involved in the plot to kill and maim hundreds at a mass rally of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, the NCRI, attended by tens of thousands of people at Villepinte near Paris in June 2018. I was there. Now, all 4 have received long jail terms for terrorism. I was a plaintiff at the trial, along with many other supporters of the PMOI MEK. Today's court ruling is a great victory for the NCRI and its charismatic leader, the President-elect Mrs. Maryam Rajavi. It's also a great victory for the PMOI MEK and their frontline team in Ashraf 3. The court's verdict will be of enormous significance and a huge morale booster for the courageous resistance units throughout Iran, who can now see their tyrannical mullahs regime exposed and held to account in a European Court of Justice. The clerical regime has a history of deploying its assassins in the guise of diplomats and using their embassies around the world as bomb factories. Since seizing power in the 1979 revolution, the theocratic regime, whose main contribution to the world has been Islamic fundamentalism, has ruthlessly bombed and shot its opponents round the globe, while torturing and executing political prisoners at home. But this is the first time a diplomat has been caught red-handed and jailed for acts of terror. It must surely mark a turning point in relations with the mullahs regime. There can be no return to business as usual. There can be no more arguments that diplomacy is the answer. The arch criminal and supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, together with his senior ministers like President Hassan Rouhani, Foreign Minister Javad Zarif, and the Minister of Intelligence Mahmoud Alavi, ordered the spying, ordered the bomb plots, and ordered the assassinations. They must be held to account. It's time for a complete change of direction in US, EU, and UN policy towards Iran. The people of Iran expect the West to be on their side. They expect their calls for democracy to be taken seriously. Human rights and women's rights cannot be compromised or marginalized on the pretext of political considerations or trade deals, or particularly the flawed nuclear deal. The appeasement policy, lamely followed by the EU and its top diplomat Joseph Borrell, is dead in the water. It's high time the West realized that the peace they have bought with appeasement is only temporary, and the price they have paid has been freedom and democracy for the people of Iran. Now, following the Antwerp trial, the EU will have to reassess completely its relationship with the criminal mullahs regime. The verdict in Antwerp today proves what we have known all along. The Iranian people are being governed by gangsters who will not hesitate to assassinate, bomb, maim, torture, and kill their opponents at home and abroad. The only way to restore peace, justice, democracy, and freedom to the people of Iran, and to the Middle East, and to the world, is to remove them from power and indict them for crimes against humanity in the international courts of justice. It's for this objective that I support the main opposition movement, the PMOI, MEK, and their brave supporters in Ashraf 3 and across the whole of Iran. Today's victory is only the start. The mullahs are finished.